Welcome to Ope, I Found a Weird Show. I'm Laura.
I'm Beanz.
I'm Lauren.
And we are continuing our recap of season 2 of the TV show From. And we are on the 5th episode. So we're about halfway through the season at this point. 'Cause there's 10
Whoa,
episodes.
we're
I know.
halfway there.
So this episode 5, is titled Lullaby. And we start the episode with Randall sleeping in the bus because that's like his new home. And like one of the monsters knocks on the door and it wakes him up. And he eventually gets up and he goes to the door and he almost opens it, but he stops himself. It's too bad.
The most egregious of crimes here was that they woke him up.
Right?
Seriously, this is the best punishment for him. Like, no
I
sleep
think
for you,
so.
buddy.
Well, he kept yelling about wanting to see. I want to see. I want to see. Well, there you go.
Well, now you can see. They won't let you sleep through it.
Yeah,
you
now
about to become
he's in his-
nocturnal.
He's in his fishbowl now.
I'm going to be so honest. I would block those windows. There's no way.
Oh,
How has he
same.
not done this already?
I don't think he was going to.
What
Like,
an
I think
idiot.
he just wants to see.
And
That's
not
Little
sleep?
peeper.
Sleep is far more important in my opinion, but
Can we start
Randall.
calling him? Can we start calling him Little Peeper?
So he gets to see everything because there are several of the monsters around the bus, and the old lady monster is at the door and asking, "Are you comfortable in there?"
Do you need a blankie?
And Randall says to her, "You think this is scary?" And so then more monsters come up to the front window because like they're looking for entertainment too. Uh, and he starts yelling at them, and he's telling them, they can't get in because of rock in the window, and he isn't afraid of them. And like he just keeps yelling at them, and then they turn away, and they just start walking away.
Bored now.
And then he starts yelling at them like, "Where are you going? I'm talking to you. You can't walk away." And then we hear some monsters scream, and Jade is sleeping at the bar.
Wait, real quick, before
yeah.
we leave the fishbowl bus, I have to say, like, what is with people in this town and banging on windows directly in front of the monsters? Because he, like, when he's yelling at them, like, why are you walking away? He's also smashing his fists into these windows, like, banging on the windows. And, like, Fatima was doing it in, like, the first or second episode. And I just keep expecting one of these windows to break and them to get screwed over because they're just being stupid. And he's also banging on the window right next to the talisman. I'm like, is it going to fall? Why are these people stupid? Or just not even stupid, but just like risking everything just for like petty drama.
Yeah, it's one of those like that they get into just that mental frustration state. But yes, they are choosing violence far too often.
They need Oh, sorry, you go.
There've got to be some calm folk around here that aren't smashing windows and like banging on windows and stuff.
Like Tilly. Yeah.
Yes, Tilly would never.
No, but like they need a rage room in this town.
Yeah, Donna
like
would
get all your
benefit from
frustrations. All of them would. Well, most of them would, I think. But like, yeah, get out your rage in ways that are not gonna potentially get you murked.
Yes, I
don't know if I'd
agree.
pick. I don't know if I would pick right then when a monster is staring at me in the eyeballs and in my soul to test the structural integrity of my window.
Right.
I mean, I think the bus you're pretty good, but the the option for the talisman to fall not as good. Where like the houses, those windows you never know, but like the talisman's probably going to be a little sturdier, But like either option, bad.
Right. Because his talisman is just like hanging on something like it's right by the windshield.
It's like it's your fuzzy dice on your
yeah
on your rearview mirror type of thing. Yeah.
I love that some places just have it like hanging from rubber bands on a nail, and then like places like the diner, I like keep looking at it because it's the best setup. It has like the 4 nails bracketing it in, like there's no wiggle room, it is not moving. I'm like, why aren't they all that secure? This is ridiculous.
Right. Well, that it would be perfectly secure. Granted, we're lucky that the one in the Matthews house was not as secure because they found that one again.
That's true. Granted, the walls falling down might have made that less secure. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. So Jade is sleeping at the bar. He seems to have moved in there when the Matthews family moved into his old house with his family. With Kenny and T and Chen. He's like, hey, you know what? I cannot live under the same roof as Jim. I refuse. It cannot happen.
Valid.
Yeah, understandable.
Honestly, this makes me more mad at Jim because I'm like, what do you mean we're being deprived of more Tian Chen and Jade living together and being
Right.
cute mom-son moments?
Yeah.
Like, Jim ruins everything.
Jim.
To quote Corbet, shut up, Jim.
So he wakes up and takes a swig of booze before staring at the picture of like baby Victor and the man. And he lowers the picture and the man is standing there smiling at him, and he opens the book with the symbols and blood just starts to drip from it. Then the man disappears and Jade freaks out a bit and starts
I mean,
screaming.
rightfully so.
Fair crash outs all around. And that is our que sera sera. So some interesting more visions from Jade, and they're not hallucinations, he knows.
I'm pretty sure the title of this episode, Lullaby, is just a joke on everybody because everyone's just sleep deprived at this point. No sleep for
Right?
anybody.
No sleep. Well, I imagine sleep would be tough. At least the monsters have started whispering and stopped screaming. Because, like, I feel like I can sleep through whispers. Like, come at me. I can sleep through that.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
No
speaking of
restful sleep, at least.
yeah, speaking of sleeping, Boyd is sleeping in the church, and he wakes up to someone banging on the door. Sarah comes in, but he tells her like go back downstairs and get out of sight. And he opens the door, and it's Tabitha and Jim. And she's like, they know she's alive because now Kenny has told them, right? So
Thank God someone knows how to communicate in this town, finally.
Way to
right?
go, Kenny.
And they're like, where is she? And Boyd's like, calm down. And you know, it goes over as well as it can. Uh and he says, there's a lot that you don't understand. But like realistically, Kenny has told them and they are not having it. Like, nope. And you know, she tried to kill their kid. She tried to kill Ethan. Tabitha is full mama bear mode, just raging. And Jim asks him, what are they supposed to do? Pretend nothing happened? What about his rules? And Boyd says, things have changed. And Jim asks how, and Boyd says, someone put a tower on Colony House and told everyone we were going home. Now they're looking at Boyd, wondering why he didn't come back with all the answers. There's a busload of people, and they don't have enough resources, and a fucking house fell down for no reason. So if she can help them figure out what's going on, she stays out of the box. And then little Miss Sarah, who does not know how to stay in the places she's told to stay, comes up from the basement. And Tabitha spots her, and she starts walking over, and Boyd gets between them. And Tabitha said, I want to talk to Sarah. And I want to talk to her. And she tells her that if she ever comes near her family again, she will kill her. And which fair. And
Right?
she's like, say you understand.
It's like the scene with the parent just loading the shotgun. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
Yeah. So Sarah says, I do. And Boyd starts, you have my word. But Tabitha yells at him, I don't give a shit about your word. And he's like, Jim? And Jim's like, no, don't even try. Which, like, smart Jim. Like, you do not want that rage focused on you, sir.
Nope.
But also, like, why is Boyd like, well, it's my word, when he's not really followed his word this entire time? Like, especially with the box, like when it comes to the box.
Yes. That's the thing. I get it. Boyd has done a lot for this place. Boyd got the talismans. Boyd helped organize it. Boyd has done a lot. But like it is a little bit what have you done for me lately? Because you have been making bad decisions, sir.
Right.
And a
It's
lot
like,
of them.
yeah, and just because you made good decisions and helped in the past does not mean that like you can let a murderer go free now.
Right. Right. Nobody's just going to bow down to your every decision. So, they leave, and Boyd yells a little in frustration, and he heads out, but he tells Sarah, lock the door and stay inside. And again, she sucks at staying where she's told to. So she like looks outside a little. And Boyd heads to Colony House to tell Donna before she can hear it from someone else. Before that, Sarah tells him that she shouldn't be here. She isn't strong enough for this. And he says he can't help her with that, so she better figure it out. And then he heads to Colony House. But she's very much been like, I belong in the box, I should just go to the box, right? Like, I agree with everybody in the town.
I'm just saying, like, if she was that adamant that she deserves to be in the box, she could have walked outside by herself.
Right.
Mhm.
Go sit your ass in the box then.
Yeah,
Yeah, go sit
it's
down.
like, yeah, you can tell me that you are ready for this all you want, but, like, where's your action?
Yeah. No, that's very true. So Ethan is cowering in like his new bedroom, and Julie is knocking on the door, asking him to let her in. Tabitha and Jim come up the stairs. And Julie tells them Ethan heard them talking about Sarah, and now he's freaked out that she's gonna come after him, and now he won't come out. And they talk to him through the door, and they promise they won't let anyone hurt him. And Jim
What?
says, it's like the Kramankle where she's, like, afraid to go inside the cave, and Ethan gets up because he's like, "A quest," and opens the door, and he's like, "You know what? I wanna see Sarah, so that'll be interesting."
Which so
But
brave,
would
though.
you right, but here's the so Beans, as a mama bear in the group here, would you let your child go talk to the person who almost murdered them?
With supervision of an able-bodied parent.
Okay.
Some keywords there.
Yeah. Fair, fair. So at the clinic, Christy wakes up Mary with some breakfast and coffee in bed. They're having some cute couple moments. Seems like they've kind of forgiven each other a little bit. And they have some bread crisps that Tian Chen made. And Mary's like, "Oh, I have a surprise for you, Christy." And she makes her close her eyes and she pulls out a t-shirt. And this was Christy's favorite, like, t-shirt. And Mary took it everywhere with her. And they reminisce a bit. And Christy breaks down a little bit. She says, "What if I'm not the same anymore? Like, I've seen some things and I've had to do some things here." And Mary comforts her and they share some smooches. It's a nice little domestic moment.
That's, like, a really valid concern. That's, like, you could almost equate this level of stress and trauma to a war zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a very valid concern, and it is nice to see Mary go, "But yeah, but you're still you."
Yeah. Yeah. But I still think that they have not had enough time to process.
Correct. 100%.
Like, there's just been traumatic things, but there's always going to be traumatic things. Like, you guys need some time to actually just think about everything. But
Mhm.
so Sarah can't keep her ass where she's told, so she goes walking through town. She heads back to her old house and she sees the jacket that Nathan used to wear and smells it. And then another man comes into the room and he asks what she's doing. He's like, "That's my coat." And a woman asks, like, from upstairs, "What's going on?" And he says, "That girl who killed her brother's here." And the woman comes in and tells her to get out.
It's their
And
house now.
right. And Sarah's like, I don't want trouble. And the man's like, "You can't have your house back." And he looks at the other lady. She has my coat.
He was real pressed about that coat.
He was. And Sarah's like, "No, this is my brother's jacket." And the woman says, "Not anymore, it's not. Put it down and get out."
It was his
Sh-
till you killed him.
Right? He don't live no more, so he don't have things.
Right.
Um, Sarah's just like, I just want our things." And the man tells her, like, the man is kind of, he, at this moment, like, kind of nice to her a little bit. And he's like, or at least like not yelling at her. And he tells her like the rest of her stuff's gone. They already packed it up and gave it to Kenny's mom to put in storage. And she's like looking for a ceramic ornament. So probably something Nathan had. And the man tells her like, look, it was creepy to have your stuff here. And it's creepy that you're here now. So put the coat down and go away. And she kind of isn't doing it. So the woman like goes up and grabs the coat from Sarah. And Sarah runs out and heads back to the church. But yeah, no, you're the creepy lady at this point, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So at the bar, Jade has laid out a bunch of bottles in the shape of the symbol. Like he's becoming obsessed with this.
Just a little.
Yeah. And
I mean, I guess if it kept haunting my dreams, I would too.
True.
I don't know that I would make a giant bottle replica of it.
Yeah, I don't know if
No.
I'd do that, but I'd be a little
like-
obsessy Bessie too.
I love me in arts and crafts.
It's so true. But
We'd, like-
honestly, looking sorry.
Yeah, there'd be like mosaics and like the symbol would be like Christopher was like level 1 of crazy drawing it in an entire book. That thing would be around the town in creative ways when I was done.
You'd find
mean,
a way
I
to
love-
cross stitch it.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
I love the mosaic idea though. But like when I looked at the bottles that he set up, I was like, all we need is a bowling ball and that would be great. It would be so much fun.
So he's like still trying to like set it up in his arts and crafts moment. And Victor comes in and tells him, like, you don't look good. And he doesn't. He's not wrong. Jade is looking pretty rough. And I mean, but he's not getting sleep. He did just have like other visions again. So like I get it.
And his hair is, I think it's just been getting progressively curlier every episode.
Yes.
And he's still in the cat shirt. That man has not changed his shirt the entire show since like he moved in with Tien Chen and like apparently has decided not to change out of it after moving out.
It's like his comfort blanket, the cat shirt. Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It is in my mailbox right now. I cannot wait to go get it out. I get it. I will also be wearing that shirt constantly.
Yeah, he has been wearing it. Like he was wearing that shirt when they put the tower up. It's been a minute.
No, every episode, because I'm like, oh, I hope that cat shirt doesn't go away. And now I'm like, do you own any other clothes? I mean, other people have died. Surely you can get in on some of those suitcases.
Maybe it's comfy.
I bet it is. But it's
He's-
probably also smelly.
The last thing he's thinking about is his clothes. He just wants to figure out the symbol.
Maybe he would sleep better if he took a shower and changed his clothing, though.
I feel like, yeah. Victor was right. He does not look good.
No, poor guy.
And Jade says Tom is dead and the bar is closed. Not that Victor really like was ever headed for the bar. You know, I don't see him as a bar patron.
Yeah.
Unless they had peaches.
Yeah, there you go.
Peach schnapps, maybe.
Ooh.
If they have peach schnapps in this town, I would be shocked.
They definitely do not, but I'd like to think that they do.
So Victor asks him, like, what are you doing? And Jade tells him, I'm trying to figure out the symbol that Victor refuses to help him with. And like, with, despite the fact that, like, Victor knows something. And Victor says, I'll tell you what I can if you do something for me. And Jade's like, fuck off. And then Victor's like, okay, and starts to leave because Victor takes everything seriously. And Jade kind of like, oh, no, stop. What do you want? Which I love that Jade is just more quickly realizing, like, no, first reaction, not always the right one.
Yeah.
Gross.
Soon he's going to learn inside thoughts can stay inside.
Right?
We're getting there. Baby steps.
So Victor grabs the violin from outside and asks Jade to play it for him. And Jade responds, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh.
I know.
Are you new here, Jade? So there's something wrong with everybody. Just play the damn violin.
And Victor says, if you play, I'll tell you about the man in the photo. And Jade says, tell me first, then I'll play. Victor thinks about it for like a second. And he's like, no. Which smart, Victor. You know what? You're right. And Jade says to give him the violin, but but Victor says, "No, not here." And then he heads out the door and Jade follows him out. So Jim and Tabitha are out on the porch talking about Ethan's request, and Tabitha is completely against it. But Jim says that after Thomas, the doctors told them that they had to let him lead sometimes and work through things on his own. And to be there to support him when he asks for it. And Jim says that I'll be there the whole time with him. And Ethan is like listening at the door, and he comes out and they spot him, and Tabitha, or well, before Tabitha's like, "I'm coming too. We're living in a nightmare and that bitch tried to kill my kid."
Mm-hmm.
And Jim asks her to please let him do this. And that's when Ethan comes out and he tells her, "I remember what you told me yesterday about this place and how scary it is. But when you are on a quest, you have to face the scary things. And that's how you take their power away." And Tabitha agrees to let him go. So little learning lessons with Ethan.
He's a wise, like, whatever he is, 10 years old,
He's like
something like
9
that.
or something. Somebody said he was 9 in the
Well, then he is
last.
a wise 9.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't understand kids and their ages and what they're supposed to look like at different
Oh god,
ages.
I have no idea. No idea.
Like, I can tell maybe if you're a toddler, yes, but like there's that age range where it's like y'all look all the same to me.
Right, like
Literally.
8 to 16.
Yeah. But back at Colony House, Boyd has told Donna and she is pissed. She tells him, by the rules he created, Sarah should go in the box the second they found her. And Boyd brings up Father Khatri, but Donna isn't having it. Khatri is dead. Don't lay this on him. This is on Boyd. He told everyone he was coming back with answers, and instead he brought a psychopath who killed 4 people. And because she is special, she doesn't have to go in the box.
I'm gonna claim that if I ever commit a crime. Just be like, no, I'm special. Like,
I-
it's okay.
Hey, it might be valid. But like, no, I'm special. I hear voices.
Yeah, there you go.
That's true. That's true. Plead the insanity case.
So Boyd says she knows things she couldn't possibly have known. Donna says, "Great, so what? They're still here. Voices or no, there isn't a yellow brick road leading them home. She just sees someone who may have betrayed the one thing this place still has going for it. Faith in Boyd." And
Oof.
Donna ain't playing around.
She was over there spitting facts.
Yep. And Donna tells him she doesn't think this has anything to do with going home. It's about Abby. He shot his wife, and every morning since, he wakes up wishing he had done more and been there for her, helped her, fixed her. But Abby is dead, and Sarah is a killer. Oof. Boyd gets up to leave, but stops and asks if Donna is going to have his back. "Are you going to have my back on this or not?" And she doesn't answer. She gives him like a Donna look, like, and he goes to leave again. And she asks, what do you want? Her approval? Absolution? 'Cause you aren't getting it here." What did Tien Chen say? How does she feel about Sarah being back? And he hasn't talked to her yet.
Of course
And
not.
Donna, of
That's
course not.
scary.
Yes. And Donna says, "Well, maybe you should." Yeah, no shit. That's the thing. It's like, Boyd, you dumbass. I don't know. I don't know. It's such a
Yeah.
tough one because I don't know what I would do in this moment. I also probably would not go on a field trip in the woods with her,
No.
Yeah.
regardless of.
I don't think that's the position I'd be in.
Yeah, I would not be going on a field trip in the woods either. Period.
Right. With her, with anyone, I will stay back.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So Sarah's standing by the collapsed house, next to the diner, and Kenny walks out but doesn't see her. And Jim and Ethan walk up. So not an able-bodied adult.
That's why I chose my words.
Yeah. because he
He
literally
gimps up
just
with
had
him.
yeah, he had a house fall on him.
I
He's
mean,
he's
valid. He's limping for good reason.
yeah, he's the but like also I don't know why it was so important that Jim go and not Tabitha.
Right.
He's the
Okay.
manly
Y-
man.
Yeah.
He's the no, he's not the manly man. He's the pussy shit who ain't gonna fight.
Well, he thinks he's the manly man
Oh,
who
that's
can save
true.
his family.
That's right. You're right. You're looking at it through his perspective. I see you.
So Ethan walks up to Sarah and he just like he hurts feelings right now. Like Ethan is good in this.
Stone
God.
cold.
Yeah.
What this kid said would just devastate me. A small 9-year-old boy would just crush me for life.
Yes. Yes, he says to her, "Everyone thought you were dead, or everyone thought you died, but you didn't. You lived out in the woods. Only monsters live in the woods. I thought we were friends, and we aren't. You're a monster, and I'm not afraid of you." Like, okay, in
Oh,
my soul.
get it?
And she's like, she's kind of like, he's right. I am a monster. I think she agrees with that. And then he just like turns and walks away. He's like, I'm done with you. And done. Said my
If I
piece.
were her, I would have preferred to be slapped in the face.
Right?
Right?
Bring Tabitha back. Give some physical blows. And Sarah turns back to the diner but walks off. So she's going to collect herself after being demolished by a child.
Fair though.
Yeah,
I hope that Jim is just so proud of his child for that.
right? No, I
If
think
Jim's
everybody should
not, I
be.
am.
Yeah. Ethan did great there. And I think like actually taught his parents a little bitty lesson there, which is why
Oh
we
yeah.
get the last scene of the show, which we'll talk about when we get there. But like I think that's why, because Ethan like stood up and was strong, that's why Tabitha was willing to do that thing. But Jade and Victor are walking near the forest, and Jade is bitching that he doesn't want
What?
to. Yeah,
Jade bitching? Are you sure?
I don't want to wander around all day.
You know, actually, I rescind my earlier statement of like I wouldn't go on a forest adventure with anybody because I would with Jade just to watch him spiral. I think it would be so entertaining.
I'm definitely not doing that overnight though. We're not staying
Oh,
overnight.
absolutely not.
But day trips, yeah, I'm down.
I would tell him it's overnight, but like he
Yeah.
doesn't have a choice and then be like, just kidding, let's go back. But yeah, it would be really funny to watch him
See,
spiral.
I'd want to bring Victor too. Just be like, ha, just kidding. All right, let's go back, Victor. How do we get home?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Again, want Victor to be my best friend.
Me too.
I want to be Ethan and have Victor as my best friend. But yeah, it's giving very like, are we there yet vibes? Because Jade is just Jade. And Victor says, it's strange. The trees are changing. And then they walk into this like car graveyard. And Jade asks Victor, like, did all this? And he says that once he was alone, he didn't want to look at the cars anymore, so he put them where he couldn't see them. Oh. And
I just want to know how he
Victor,
did it because I don't think he knows how to drive.
well, he was like 9. I mean, I guess you figure it out. 'Cause
Yeah,
he ain't
but
pushing
what's
'em.
worse that happens? He hits another car that has no driver, I guess.
Right?
I mean, he probably did. Those cars
Probably.
did not look in great
Yeah.
condition.
Yeah, and they were very haphazard. It was
Yeah.
there was not a whole lot of organization to this.
Whether he drove them or pushed them, it was impressive.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, and like what we saw, he's like, there's more over the hill. Like, damn, okay.
Did he push a car up a hill?
Right? Yeah, I must
Or was he driving and just couldn't control it and therefore ended up on the other side of the hill?
Mesa Park some more over here.
He does look like a skinny strong though, you know what I'm saying? Like he's one
Oh
of
yeah.
those.
I think
Victor looks-
we said he was in long sleeve shirts all the time because they had to hide how ripped he was.
Yes. So, at that point, Victor actually apologizes for yelling at Jade the other day. I just don't like people touching my things. And which Jade's like, okay. It's like it's one of those like Jade learned things from Victor.
And It's preparing him to deal with Randall.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Yes. Oh, we still need that mashup.
I don't want to
Um,
see it, but I also do.
so they go up to a station wagon and Victor asks him to play. And Victor like goes up to the top of the car and he sits up there and he asks him to play the song about the twinkling stars. And it
That's so
clicks for
cute.
Jade. It was. And he's like, "Oh, this was your mother's car and her violin." And like Victor says, "Yeah, she used to play it when I was afraid, and I would sit on the car just like this. And at night when we hid and heard the people screaming, she told him to think about the twinkling stars and he wouldn't be afraid anymore." Poor Victor.
Which I have to recant my statement because remember when we were talking about previously, like, oh no, maybe his mom was like a mega bitch. 100% wrong. 100% so very wrong.
Yeah. He
She
just missed her
sounded
and
like
didn't
a
want to talk about
saint.
her.
Yeah. Uh, Poor Victor. And like to
Mhm.
lose his mom at like 9 is awful in like
9,
Demon Land.
16, he looked the same age. It's yeah.
Any of those ages would be rough.
Anything between like 6 and 16, that's how old he was.
And Jade, like, he's like, "Yep, I'm gonna play for you," and he does, and you can tell that this is really affecting Victor, and he actually starts like tearing up a bit, like
Mm.
It was
this
beautifully
memory.
acted, this scene.
Yes, and yeah, no, yeah, these such good actors. And it's another moment of Victor like remembering things because that's like Victor's journey throughout all of this so far is like he had blocked so much of it because there was
Mhm.
so much trauma. So it's all these moments of him like remembering stuff. So I think I realistically think he hadn't thought about this for a very long time until the violin went missing and he heard Jade playing it, you know? So it's like, it's another moment of like another thing coming back to him.
New
Yeah, and
memory unlocked.
I really like how they do this because, like, I know we talk about, like, communication being pretty bad in this show with everybody, but, like, I like this whole, like, Victor has all of this information in his brain that could help everybody in this town about the monsters, about everything, but he also is not able to access it all the time. So like he's learning as we're learning, and I think it's just like a really good way of keeping information hidden until it's needed
Right.
without it being just a bad communication like everything else is.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
I
No,
mean, Victor
it's
also is kind of bad with communication in the sense that like he'll remember something and then not want to talk about it, but he eventually gets there,
well, and
usually.
again, I think a lot of that has to do with like his just lack of social skills.
Right.
Like when you don't because everybody died when he was like 9ish and then he just keeps saying I was here for a very long time by myself. Like those are formative years for social development. So
Yeah.
I would have a tough time communicating with people too.
I just wouldn't.
Yeah, we're lucky he's not mute. We're lucky he's
So
not
true.
like uh okay, so back at the church, Elgin comes in and Sarah's sitting in there and they have like some little awkward small talk. Where she lives,
Sorry, I'm just remembering this conversation. It's making me laugh.
she that there used to be a priest there. And Elgin kind of goes into like he goes to church every week with his grandma and he was headed to go see her on the bus, like that's where he was headed. He goes every weekend. They went to church every Sunday, then sat together making little crochet owls. And, Sarah and him laugh. And he says, yeah, it was always an owl. She had hundreds and she gave them to everyone she met. He asked her once, maybe they could switch it up a bit. And she tells him, I like what I like and I like owls. I love his grandma. I've never met his
Me
Right.
grandma. I
too.
love his grandma. I want a crocheted owl from his grandma.
Me
I would also like
too.
a crocheted owl. Put that on my request log, please.
So Sarah tells him, because he's like, I'm kind of, it's kind of embarrassing. And Sarah tells him, like, I was a dork when I was a kid. Me and my brother used to collect ceramic Christmas ornaments that from a store in town. They would save all their money and buy them, then they'd take them home and they would paint them. And Nathan kept one with him. Like, she thought they were all gone, but he still had one. And like, so that was clearly what she was looking for in the house. And she asks, Elgin asks her, where is it? And she says, it's around, but the person who has it probably won't want to give it back. And he's like, you need a little muscle. Uh she's like,
Elgin.
Oh, buddy.
he doesn't know. Sweet baby
Mm-mm.
Elgin. And he asked, well, why don't you stay up at the colony house? Better than a musty old church. And she looks up at the cross and says, it always seemed like a nice idea that no matter what you did, if you were truly sorry, that God would forgive you. And she's like, do you think that's true? And he says, that part always seemed like wishful thinking. Why? Did you do something that needs forgiving? And she just straight up like, I killed my brother.
Well, I laughed earlier when you started talking about this scene because poor Elgin knows nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. And, like, every question he asked was just, like, a gotcha question. And he didn't even know it.
Yeah.
He had no idea. Because, like, the first thing was, like, oh, like, there's a church here. It'd be great if there was, like, some, like, priest or something. And she's like, yeah, we used to have one. It's just, like, they're dead. And then, like, oh, is your brother here? He used to be. Like, and then it keeps going. Like, why aren't you at Colony House? Oh, yeah, I killed my brother. Dude, like, poor guy had no idea.
Well, and then he's like, it was an accident, right?
Oh, buddy.
She's like, you'll find out soon enough. And he's like, well, I guess I better get going. And he
That
Homer
is an
Simpsons.
answer, and it's not a yes.
He's like, no, you know what? This conversation was not the conversation I thought I was having today.
Poor guy.
Sweet.
I made a friend. Too bad it's her.
Well, and like, it kind of felt like he had a bit of a crush on her, even too. Of like, because he was like, "Oh, you're not up at Colony House," because I would have noticed you.
Right.
Like, nope, you're flirting with the wrong one.
Yeah, this is why everyone needs like a little pamphlet when they get there of like, here are the people who are here. Here are the people you should avoid.
Part of the welcoming committee.
Right.
here's the pamphlet. Here is like all the pictures of all the people. Well, and that would be helpful because there are definitely people, even though it's like a small town, I feel like there are people who you don't even know who that person is.
I mean, when we were in Sarah's house and those people came and I was like, who the hell are these people? I've never seen them. And they have a whole house to themselves? What?
Right? 2 people in that house? Shit.
How'd they get so
Right.
lucky?
Why didn't the Matthews, whatever, they're random ass people. But
I don't
so many
know.
questions.
I'm gonna say I don't know that they're gonna put the Matthews in Sarah's old house.
You know
Oh,
what?
true.
That's a
True.
good point. That is, didn't think about that part.
Yeah, I mean it's a good call, but like I think there might be trauma there.
Maybe.
So Jim and Ethan get back to the house and Tabitha asks how it went. They're out like on the porch and he tells her he isn't like, I'm not afraid anymore. And they have a cute little family moment. And Julie comes out and she gives him like a little fist bump thing. And she's like, you want to come help peel potatoes with me for dinner? And he's like, I don't want to peel potatoes. She's like, nobody wants to peel potatoes, but come on, 'Cause he's like, yeah, I'm tough now. I don't have to peel the potato. No, you do. You do.
You do.
If you want to eat them, you got to peel them.
That's right.
Yep. And Jim tells Tabitha he did great. And she looks over at the porch and she sees the little toy statue thing. And back in the diner, Tian Chen is doing dishes. She comes up to the front and she sees Sarah. And Sarah says she's sorry. And like Tian Chen is like, Sarah says like, I shouldn't have come. And Tian Chen is like, wait. And she tells Sarah, you take from me. You take him from me. I take care of you, but you put hate inside of me. I know why you come. You wait. And she goes back and she grabs Sarah's back. So Sarah's like just getting beat up today, and she well deserved. Like
Right.
I'm not. There is no pity for Sarah in these moments.
No. My little
And I
old
think
man.
this interaction with Tian Chen, though, like, again, I would have preferred a slap in the face, because just her ability to express her pain just by saying, like, you took from me, I took care of you, and you put hatred in my heart. It's like, oh, okay, I have been stabbed.
Yeah. No, that "you put hate in me" line is like, ugh, nope.
It hurts more than saying, like, you hurt me. It's like, you changed me as a person and, like, who I am. Ugh, killed me.
Yeah. Sarah deserves every bit of this.
Right.
Not 1 ounce of pity for Sarah. She's not that special. Like, but I do think she's on a redemption arc. Like, I understand that, but like, also, you gotta deal with what you've
And
done to get to
she
the
is
other side of
taking it,
that.
yeah, and she is taking it well. Like, she understands that she has wronged all of these people. So she's just like, yep, I deserve this. And this is, like you said, part of her redemption arc. She has to face the people that she's hurt and have some sort of consequence.
Yeah. So Tian Chen goes to the back and she grabs Sarah's box of things and she tells her, take this and go and never come back. And
Which, like,
and
girl,
then
where are you gonna
Tian,
eat now? Why would you scorn Tien Chen? Where are you gonna eat now?
yeah. Yeah, that kitchen or that church doesn't have a kitchen. So then she, like, Tian Chen goes to the back and like she knocks over some pans on the floor and she starts sobbing. And Sarah leaves, but Kenny sees her. So Kenny is back and he starts yelling at her and he grabs her box of stuff and he dumps it on the ground. And there's like a bunch of people who come up and start watching. And she grabs the ornament. But Kenny is like, oh, is this special to you? Was this special to you? And he grabs it from her hands and he smashes it on the ground. And she goes and she's like picking it up and he gets right in her face and tells her, like, I don't care what Boyd said or how special he thinks you are, but if you ever go near my mom again, I will drag you to the box myself.
I think that if she hadn't been coming out of the diner, he might not have been that explosive, but he was so pissed that she had the audacity
Yeah.
to go talk to Tian Chen.
Absolutely. I think
I
you're
think so
100%
too,
on.
yeah.
Like, I
'Cause
think he would have glared at her and been like, fuck you, but, like,
Yeah.
not taken her stuff and smashed it.
No, because truthfully, for her to go do that, it was a selfish thing.
It's completely. Absolutely.
So I get his rage, and
Yeah.
he wants to protect his mom. No, and you can tell, like, so she starts crying and Kenny kind of looks around and he goes inside, but you can kind of even see at that moment that he has a little bit of guilt for what he just did. You know, like, he's like, maybe I shouldn't have gone that, but he's like, but then he goes into the diner and checks on his mom. And then he probably finds his mom sobbing. And then he's like, nope, justified.
Right. Like, fuck that girl. Like, what does she do?
Right. I go break some more of her shit.
And I think what he did was justified. Like, I don't think he went too far.
Yeah, I don't either.
He didn't slap her, which, again, I would have.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think Kenny's rage is right where it should be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Sarah picks up her stuff and Elgin comes over and helps her before she runs off. Because Elgin is just a good guy. You know, like, he wasn't here when it happened. I know, like, we were talking about it a bit when we were watching the episode, and I can't remember who said it, but somebody made that point of, like, he wasn't here, so he didn't really see all the stuff. But I think even if he was, he would have still helped. Like, that's the kind of person Elgin is. He just wants to be helpful. We don't know anything about that. About wanting to
Right,
be
not
helpful.
at all.
I've never helped anyone in my life. I don't do that.
We're not. Some of us
People
aren't people
pleasers?
pleasers.
I've never been so helpful that I've been told to please just stop.
So back at the clinic, Mary is giving Christy a haircut. It is not good. It is not good.
Hair.
Put the scissors down.
This is
Please.
weird. Like, break up with her right now.
I just saw my hair and I might have.
Someone said that I don't remember who said it, but like that the haircut that she gave is just proof that she is not forgiven Christy or like gotten over like
Poor
the
Bay. Poor Bay said that.
It was so funny. I was like, you know what? True, because I would give that haircut to someone I hated.
But Christy is happy with it. Bless her sweetheart. And Tilly comes in. And she's looking for Christy because she didn't find her the one day when Jim was in here. And she has some medication that she wants to give her, liquid morphine. So Christy asks her, like, why do you have this? And then she realizes she has a terminal illness, and asks her how long. And I assume it's cancer, but
Yeah, I think that was all of our assumption, just like, they didn't say it, but
Yeah, they never outlined it specifically, but
yeah. And Christy asks her, like, oh, how long have you known? And it's only been like a month. But Tilly says by the time that she needs it, she won't be any shape to give it to herself. And Christy says that, like, I'll take care of it. And then Tilly drops the bomb that, like, oh, things are a bit crazy in town now that, like, like that girl who killed her brother's back. And, like, this is the first of Christy hearing it. It's one of the benefits of living on the outskirts of town.
they need a
Uh,
newsletter.
right? A morning mail.
they really
Um,
do.
And so she takes off. Well, because she and Mary have been in bed all day or being like lovey and stuff. So
Yeah.
she hasn't heard the news. So she takes off to town. She at least put pants on. Uh but
She did.
she was looking a mess. And Mary chases after her to talk, like, stop. What are you doing? And Christy still blames herself for what Sarah did. Like, she feels like she gave her permission because before Sarah did it, she asked her, well, what would you do to, like, see your fiance again? And she also, like, snatched one of the scalpels from the from the clinic. So she feels like it's her fault. And now she's wondering if Mary being there is her fault too. And all she's been doing lately is hurting people. And Mary calms her down and tells her it's not her fault. And she gets her to go back to the clinic because she's like, girl, you're not running around town looking like that. Calm down, come back in. Um, and it's not her fault, but I understand feeling like things are your fault.
Mhm.
So
We wouldn't know
back,
anything about that either.
no, no, we wouldn't.
Nope.
Not at all. Um, Back with Jade and Victor, we're finally getting information on the man in the photo. His name is Christopher. So they head to Christopher's old car. Victor says that he seemed nice at first because he made people laugh. And that wasn't an easy thing to do back then. And lots of people liked him, but then he changed. And, Jade's like, how did he change? And then Victor's kind of getting upset and wants to leave. But Jade stops him because we had a deal. And Victor tells him, like, you shouldn't be asking these questions. And Jade's like, why? And Jade tells Victor, like, I've been having these visions. And it's like this symbol, like, I'm not sleeping at night. I'm obsessed with this symbol. And Victor starts to, like, take off, but Jade blocks him. And, he says, like, Christopher saw that symbol. He obsessed over it. He drew it 1,000 times. And Victor's whole weird, creepy mystery man routine isn't exactly helping him feel better. He asks, when did Christopher start seeing the symbol? What does it mean? Victor says, I don't know. And Jade yells at him, well, what the fuck do you know? And Victor puts his hands over his ears and he starts, like, moaning in fear a little bit. And Jade
Or
backs off.
baby.
Yeah, poor Victor. And Jade, thankfully, like, sees this, recognizes it. This is not going to help anything. And Victor, like, goes over to his mom's car and, like, holds onto to it to, like, get some strength. And Jade comes over and apologizes. And he says that, I know things are scary. And this is not what Victor wants to talk about, but, like, I'm at the end of my rope, like, I need you to give me this information. And Victor says that everyone died when Victor started seeing that symbol, like things changed. He changed, like Christopher changed, and he didn't make people laugh anymore, and he stopped smiling. And one night, his mother told him to hide somewhere new, somewhere Christopher didn't know. And when he woke up the next morning, everyone was dead. So, like, and he says that there are bad things here and they make people do bad things. And then Victor apologizes and he leaves. So, is Victor saying that Christopher may have been what killed all the people?
I think so.
I won't even lie to you, after he said that, like, what his mom told him, I was like, "Oh no, Jade!" My immediate panic was for Jade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also, I mean, we don't have much to go off of
Yeah,
with Christopher besides, like, this
yeah.
story, but I feel like Jade is just Jade is Jade. I feel like he can handle it. I Based on at least, like, the way that we've seen him deal with some of the hallucinations, just, like, yelling at the ventriloquy doll and, like, not like, I mean, I guess when he was stabbed in his one hallucination, he did go a little crazy, but for the most part, he's been able to recognize this is a hallucination and, like, cope with it in his own Jade way. I'm rooting for him.
Me too.
Yeah, and this is not, I mean, to me, this is not really surprising that he's seeing kind of the same thing somebody else saw, because like this is kind of mirroring Ethan and Victor, right? Because Ethan saw the boy in white, well, so did Victor. Like, so it's just
Yeah.
kind of a cycle repeating. So like Christopher saw this symbol and now Jade is seeing this symbol and seeing things. So like things here are communicating with people. And like Tabitha said to Elgin, lots of people have different reactions to this place. Some people have visions and nightmares and dreams and all this stuff. And so it's one of those, it's not surprising that these things are similar, because these things probably mean something significant. So, it'll be interesting to see what I'm sure we're going to learn more about Christopher, because that's going to be
Seems to be
I mean,
important,
Jade's,
at least to the
yeah,
build-up.
and Jade's not going to give up on this symbol.
No.
So, back at the mouth of the cave that leads to like the monster's daytime nap place, um Tabitha is setting up the wooden puzzle, and she like that's the place that she first saw the kids, or one of the kids, and she saw the stone one. So she's trying to pull an Ethan, face her fears. Like, okay, kids, like, I'm here, I'm strong, I'm not scared of you. What you
Inspired.
got to tell me? So she calls out that she's here, and then like she's like looking around and she doesn't see anything. Then all of a sudden she hears someone say on cooey. So then another voice says it. And then she can see those messed up kids coming out of the forest towards her. And there are just more of them that are walking, just keep saying on cooey. And there are like 4 kids in total. And she's like, "Who are you?" And like, "I'm not afraid of you." And they walk up to her and they just keep saying on cooey. And then they like start touching her. And then she freaks the fuck out. She's, "You are scared, ma'am. You are not Ethan. You are scared."
I mean, I would
And
be too.
yeah, she's like screaming, "Touch me." And then she drops to the ground and like they're touching her face and stuff. I would freak the fuck out. I'd be freaked out.
Did not like this scene because
No.
also, like, they did the camera angles where, like, you were looking at it from her perspective of the kids, like, hands coming at your eye, like, her eyes or her face, whatever, and I was just like, no, get
Don't
those grubby
love
little fingers
that.
away."
Yeah.
It was gross. And also I think, like, she was like, "I'm gonna face my fears and they're gonna vanish or something, not walk at me chanting and touch me." That's
Right.
very different
Right.
because, like, being able to feel them as well makes them more real.
Yes. Yes, that was not what she expected to happen.
I thought they were gonna, like, make her run into the hole where the
Mm,
things sleep, and I was very worried.
yeah.
I was too.
So at that point, they disappear and like Jade comes up because he had heard her screaming. And Tabitha asks, "Did you see them?" And he's like, "Your nose is bleeding." But she's like too freaked out. She's like, but did you see them? And he's like, no, I didn't. And I'm the one who has all the hallucinations, and I didn't see whatever the fuck you're dealing with. So Randall is out at the bus, and he did pull out one of the seats. And he's working on that at the moment, and Boyd is kind of walking by. And he stops to like look, because I don't even know if he knows Randall's living in the bus. Who knows what Boyd knows at this point?
There's no newsletter. Nobody knows anything.
And Jim comes up, and he tells Jim, like, he's like, I don't want to do this right now. And Jim's like, I'm not here for that. And he's like, I don't agree with what, Jim says, I don't agree with what you did to Boyd. But I looked at Sarah today, and I didn't see a psychopath or a vicious killer, just a broken kid. And he looks around, and he's like, I'm seeing a lot of people pushed to the edge. Have you ever wondered if maybe that's the point? And he tells him about the voice on the radio. And he's like, I think people are watching us and listening. And there are experiments like this going all the way back to World War II. We don't have to trust or like each other, but we have to start working together. And if Boyd can give him a more rational explanation, he would love to hear it. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go. Boyd's like, I'm gonna go. And we see Randall in the background. He is pulling that seat up to the top of the bus. He's making himself like a little outdoor area. We love that. Make yourself a deck up there.
It
Little
makes me
perch.
think of, it makes me think of like The Walking Dead when they had the RV and someone would always just be like sitting on the roof of it with a gun, just like kind of like a lookout. And I was like, is he gonna try to be up there when the things are out? But I don't think
I
he
hope
is.
not.
Hopefully he's not that stupid.
Yeah.
But it is just like a nice little lookout perch.
So then we get a bunch of quick cuts. So Boyd goes into the diner, and the radio starts playing Roy Orbison's Candy Colored Clown, and Boyd calls for Tien Chen, and then his arm starts hurting, and the little wormies are moving around. And at the clinic, Christy is feeling better, and she's putting on her favorite shirt, and Mary is at the medicine cabinet, and she takes the syringe of liquid morphine, and she puts it in her mouth before putting it back in. So
Angie.
She's the new that bitch.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't love
'Cause
Mary.
how dare you?
I
How
don't
dare
love-
you? That's just cruel.
Yeah, so clearly she has a drug problem. But like, to steal drugs from people who really, like, I get it that like addiction is addiction, and you don't necessarily have control over those things, but I'm also going to be mad at you for this. So at the bar, Jade is throwing darts at some drawings of the symbol because he's mad at it but obsessed.
He's like, not me. I don't want to go crazy. Fuck you, Symbol.
I don't want to be the one that kills everybody. That would make me sad.
No.
On the porch, Ethan is building the wooden toy. Sarah's walking through town past the house, and Ethan spots her, and he like stands up, and he like mean mugs her. He's like, I'm
Rightfully so.
watching you.
She like smiles at him, like expecting a smile back. Maybe like, oh, you've had your like little moment. Maybe we can go back to being friends. Just like that nice little like see someone walking on the street, smile at them thing, and he's just like glaring at her.
It's
It's like a puckered up face. He's like, fuck you.
He's like, I see you. I'm always watching you. I know what you are. You're a monster.
Right. In my head, I could hear him just going, get off my lawn. You keep
Right?
walking.
Yes. That was definitely a get off my lawn face. And she gives him that like little smile, and then she's like, oh shit. And then she like looks away, and she quickly speeds up. Yeah, as you should. Don't smile at the kid you almost killed. No, ma'am. And Randall is doing some whittling, sitting up on his new seat on the top of the bus. And then
What is he whittling?
I don't know, because it was like a big slab of something.
Yeah, it was a big ol' hunk of wood, but like, what were you making, man? I need to know. For a second, I was like, is he making steaks and gonna try to like hit these monsters like they're vampires?
Right? Try everything.
That would be so funny, just him from the roof of the bus just, like, chucking steaks at them.
So back at the diner, Tien Chen comes out and sees Boyd, and the look he gets rivals Ethan's. Uh,
So many good, just, like, mad faces in this
oh
one.
yeah, just like the anger is
Mhm.
palpable. You know, like no, that words do not even have to be said. And he's like, I was hoping we could talk. And that's the end of the episode.
I hope Tien Chen gives him a similar reaction to what she gave to Sarah because he also betrayed her. Like, sure, he didn't
Mhm.
get her husband killed, but he was willing to protect and hide the person that did it. So
Yeah.
he has betrayed her in a similar severity.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Like
Yeah.
I would be just as mad at Boyd, if not more mad at Boyd.
Right. Well, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, so much betrayal happening in this little town right now.
Yeah. So any thoughts on what might happen next? Will Boyd ever tell anybody about the wormies? Will
No, those are his
Tien
pets
Chen
now.
Ew.
will Tien Chen murder Boyd with her stare, and then he won't have to tell people about the wormies?
I wonder if
I
he's
hope she
gonna get
does.
banned from the diner as well. He should. I'd be like, "I don't wanna see you and your wormy arms here, get out."
Yeah, ew, get your worms out of here.
Yeah.
Will somebody
Uh,
be like, "Fuck you, Boyd, we're putting Sarah in the box"?
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Sarah is going to survive this season.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, I think she'll make it through this season and probably honestly through the next one too. And if she does die,
Yeah.
they're going to give her a hero's death.
Mm,
Right. She's still got a part to play. I don't know what it
Mhm.
is.
okay.
I don't know.
With how mean that little boy stared her down, they're going to give her some heroic death of, let me throw myself in front of the monster, not the little boy I tried to viciously murder.
Right.
Yeah, I could totally see that. A full
Mhm.
circle moment of trying to kill him to saving his life, yeah.
What do you
I we
guys
also
Oh, go
hmm.
ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say we also haven't, like, seen any scenes this season, I think, at all of her having another vision or hearing voices or anything, so I'm curious if they're gonna be like, "Oh, you should kill this person," or if it's now, like, true redemption of, like, she's only gonna do actual good things.
Mm,
I don't know.
yeah.
I kinda feel
We
like
can
that's the
hope.
case, and they'll just be like, "Oh, yeah, like, you missed the opportunity to save everybody by killing these people, so now here's, like, what you can do to make the situation better," maybe? Or they've just given up and are like, "Yeah, you're on your own.
Right. Yeah,
You
it's
failed your
fair.
mission, and now you get to live with the consequences or die."
She failed.
That's
The
fair.
quest
I mean,
failed.
She did fail her quest. Her quest was murder. She only committed some murder, not all murder.
well, and they
Well,
might
you
not
know,
they might
everybody's got different quests in life. If you've ever played Baldur's Gate 3 and you've played a Dark Urge, everybody's got a different kind of quest.
and they might not be communicating with her because they realize that they can't manipulate her the way that they were before.
Yeah.
I
Well, her
think that
only
that could be it
reason is
too.
dead, so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
So,
little harder to get someone to kill someone if, the person they were wanting to protect is no longer there.
true.
Mhm.
True.
No leverage.
So what do you guys think of the little kids?
They creepy as fuck.
Any
Yeah.
thoughts of why they only seem to be appearing to Tabitha? Like, do you think that she's just going crazy?
Well, Tabitha started having some visions, hallucinations before she went into the hole, but part of me was thinking maybe she started seeing these kids because of, like, the stuff that was in the caves.
Okay.
Like, her being in the space where the monsters live might have, like, unlocked something, but that doesn't explain her vision of the lighthouse.
Yeah, she had that dream. She was having
Yeah,
dreams before, but now they're full on visions.
right. I yeah, I don't know.
We'll have to see. Because
Mhm.
we're gonna the kids are clearly gonna continue on.
I
I wish they
just
wouldn't.
want oh, yeah, they're so creepy. I just wanna know, why are the kids, who also seem to be dressed in white, dirty versus the monsters that are clean?
Right. Or the boy in white who's clean.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then the boy in white who's clean, because like, Because at first I was like, "Oh, maybe there's something, like, to do with, like, kids and they're dirty, they're all dirty," but the boy in white's very clean. Like, all of his clothes, the hardest color in the universe to keep clean, and this child is pristine in it. So I just need to understand, like, I don't know, it gives me a weird vibe, and I don't know how to feel about it yet, I don't have enough information, but I feel like it's important.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, any other theories before we wrap it up?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, no.
Okay, well, thank you so much, everyone, for listening to Ope. I Found a Weird Show, and we cannot wait to continue recapping next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.